spinning tales from who knows where. A scream, a laugh, a twisted thrill. Oh, the radio's hot and the night stands still. Turn it up louder, feel the shiver climb. Oh, the clock strikes terror. Right on time, it's Friday night, mama. Friday night lives, talking horror and drama. It's Friday night, mama. Oh yeah, Friday night lives. Friday night lives.
It's Friday night, Mama. Come on out. Join us. Won't you? Hello. I'm Sonny Landon. Next to me is Marcus Holbrook. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good.
Oh, beneath me is the man with the plan. Too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Oh, yeah. How are you doing, Rambo?
Doing well. Can't complain. Be a fun show tonight. Hope everyone in the chat's doing well and having a safe week. And hopefully you'll have a safe weekend as well. So excited for the show tonight. See how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Happy Gilmore too. It sucked dick.
Yeah, it sucks a lot of dicks. It sucks a whole bunch of them. You lined them up one after the other.
Exactly.
I'm sorry that you had to do that. I know that was hard on you. I apologize for whoever requested that can go to hell.
No. But
no, I'm telling you right now, they can go straight to hell. That movie, nobody should have to go through that.
But yeah, it's a pretty. I don't want to go off tangent on it, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, other than just the main topic of conversation, which is going to be franchise killers. And in this, we're just going to be talking about not just horror films, but like a lot of different franchises where one particular movie killed the entire franchise, stopped it dead in its tracks. Maybe not forever, but for a long time, or just completely like derailed what was going to happen with, upcoming movies too. There's a lot of these, so we won't be able to get to all of them, but we'll probably do another show.
Oh yeah,
At some point or another too. But yeah. So up first though, I just want to show you a news story. It's a breaking news story. And Mark, I really wanted to get your opinion of this. Because we all share a love of this particular franchise, and I've already shown it to Rambo, so I just wanted to kind of get your opinion too. This image and this story is just dropped, and it's been constantly kind of like updating over the past couple of months, but I feel like the best thing to do is just show you the picture, and you tell me what your first impressions are, Mark.
Not too much of a surprise. I already knew about one half of who we have cast here, or allegedly cast, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel represented?
Yeah.
Do you feel represented?
I do. I really do. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Comment around the gate.
That's what they're thinking. That's exactly what they're thinking. That's why.
Yeah, he's sadly not wrong. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't want it to happen at all. So it pretty much wouldn't have mattered who they cast. But
Here's my thing, real quick, too, because what you just said is it wouldn't have mattered who they cast is exactly right, because that's one of those shows where that's like lightning in a bottle to have two people like that are basically unknown put together and it work as well as it did, and you have like chemistry like that. So I don't really give a fuck who they put together. It's not going to work the same way. It's just not.
Mhm.
You can't manufacture something like that just kind of happened organically.
Yeah, you're trying to make lightning strike twice, and that's
Yeah,
very rarely happens.
and
Not
not to
only
mention,
that, and in the same spot kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's even rarer than the most rare of things. So for something like this to work, it's just they've got everything going against them. At least in
yeah,
my opinion.
it's just an awful idea, man. Like, remember when they tried? How many times they tried to reboot like the Twilight Zone and shit like that? Like, it never works. Like,
Yeah.
I, and I don't know. That's not, you know, at this point in the game, this is just kind of where we're at in Hollywood, talking about the representative casting, I'll just say. But so, I mean, we've come to all expect this, and I'm going to bring up another news story that kind of like highlights that as well. But
I mean, now that I think about it, has there ever been a truly successful reboot of anything when it comes to a TV show?
When
Like,
success, you mean like
it went as
critically or-
long, yeah, or I mean, everything all around. It's
Well, yeah,
critically as revered as the original show. It ran as
I don't know
long as
about
the
critical,
original
but like
show.
Hawaii Five-O reboot did well, Madam P.I. reboot did well, and they got quite a few seasons. I think Madam P.I. was the guy who starred in Hostel.
that sounds
Jay
about
Hernandez.
right.
Yeah, I think he was Madam P.I. That lasted quite a few seasons. Hawaii Five-O, again, that lasted quite a few seasons.
Bradley
It-
brings up, I think this might be one of the only exceptions is Star
Next
Trek The
Generation.
Next Generation.
Okay.
Like those others that you mentioned were like okay, but nobody really remembers those now.
Hmm.
Now, Next
Right.
Generation, they do. The Cosby mystery. Yeah. Yeah, that was kicking the dog shit out of it. I mean, you got a fair point. Like, first of all, they haven't really been doing reboots of TV shows for that long, like just out and out like reboots and stuff like that. I'm trying to think, like, were there any in the 80s or 90s where they just like took shows from, there had to be from like the 60s, right? Where they took a show and rebooted it.
I think they tried to do the Brady Bunch, and that didn't last long. At least
Yeah.
in the early 90s.
Yeah, I just don't think they ever worked.
Yeah, either way, I mean, the
What about
overall
Fuller
point
House?
is,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I completely forget about that.
Yeah.
But
That might
either
be
way,
one.
it's not going to have the impact of before, which is what they always want and hope for. And something like this, it reeks of desperation rather than originality, and that's not the way you want to start a show.
Well, by the way, this is something I was going to ask you about. It takes place in the same universe as the original series, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them talk to Gillian Anderson about doing something with it. I don't expect her to show up in the pilot or anything, but I mean, so it's still canon.
Okay. This comment killed me. Lizzo is the nicotine vaping woman. That would be something they would do now, though. They'll have somebody vaping and shit on there, like just walking around. with
Yeah,
that
for
can.
me, it's the franchise is dead a long time. I mean, even the last couple seasons of The Real Show, which we talked about, sucked. And the movie, this one Mark Lights, that one sucks. With the
Damn.
Hey,
I wanna
you could have just
believe-
mentioned the movie. You just had to throw that in there. The one mark.
I want to believe this movie's good, like Mark does, but it sucks. I mean, it's been dead for a while. Just keep it dead. I mean, they did that Buffy reboot, and that didn't even get picked up. This could very well come out,
yeah.
maybe get a season, get canceled.
Yeah.
Which is what they need to do to go off on a tangent is studios are doing too much of this, where back in the day you had a pilot season. You do a pilot, if it's successful, then it becomes a show. And there's
Mhm.
tons of pilots, very few would get picked up, and even fewer of those would make a full show. One of the many reasons why studios are in such debt, like every studio are billions of dollars in debt, not just because of the movies, but they just kick off like a whole season of a show without even knowing if people will like it. Like, think about how much money and time you're putting into a whole season of a show or two. And then a lot of times they screw up. It doesn't do well. People are not into it. And again, you wonder, it should not be surprising why these studios are in such debt. Again, back to the day, that's why you had a pilot, see if it works or not. They don't do that anymore. One of the many mistakes they do nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of things that they're really trying to do between Disney and Hollywood rebooting everything and just trying to throw shit at a wall until something sticks. It's not working, man. Like, it's really not working. The Star Wars and the freaking they got a Lord of the, or not a Lord of the Rings. Well, yeah, they are doing Lord of the Rings, but they're also doing Game of Thrones and like all this shit, like just
And a
coming.
Harry Potter TV show.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing I wanted to bring up too.
Oh,
So I'll share this real quick.
So, real quick, how do they determine what goes on and what doesn't? So, take for example, some years back, they did the Tremors pilot. They had
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, and from what I had heard from the few people that seen it, some reviewers online, like they liked it, but I guess the studio didn't, so they didn't end up going forward with it. Like, how does that work? Do you guys know?
That's a good question.
I mean, I don't know. For all I know, it could be some kind of contractual negotiation with producer, director, showrunner, star. Because one thing to do a pilot, it's another to do 10, 12, 14 episodes. This much time, this much money you need to pay me. What's their schedule like? Were they there just to do a pilot? Like Eddie Murphy when they had the Beverly Hills Cop pilot, which you can find online now because I've seen it. It got leaked. Back to the day, Eddie Murphy was in the pilot. But then when they saw that he was, of course, the thing people liked the most, because it's more about his son, and Eddie Murphy appeared a few times, they wanted Eddie Murphy to be on every week, and he's like, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't coming back every week. And then that pretty much killed the show, whether people like the pilot or not. So they filmed a pilot, they saw what worked, and then the guy who worked the most, he's like, I'm not doing anymore. This is a one-time thing, and they nixed the show. So it could be something similar to that or any other stuff.
Okay, what you're looking at in front of you right now, though, is the cast for the new Harry Potter series. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not a huge Harry Potter person, and I never really was, but some of this shit is just funny to me, and you'll see why shortly. So you got John Lithgow as Dumbledore. I love John Lithgow. I think that dude is one of the strongest actors out there, especially when it comes to like, TV series. But that's just a weird fucking choice to me for some reason. But that's not anywhere near the oddest choice in this. But you've got this kid right here, who's, he's got the pasta bowl fucking haircut in the series. The haircut that all the kids are wearing nowadays, where it's all like fucking looks like somebody just dumped a bird's nest on their fucking head. Like that's what he's doing, which is so trendy and awful. It's going to date all that too. Then you got Laura Dern's twin over here. But Nick Frost is Hagrid. Now, that actually, like, to me, Nick Frost can do no wrong, man. Like, he's just one of those guys where everything I've seen him in, I've liked. I had something about him, like I always enjoy him when he's in any of this stuff. But I think he could actually make that work. Now, I think the most obvious controversial choice in this is that you've got Snape played by, I don't even know how the fuck you pronounce it, Papa Escobar.
Papa Escobar.
Pablo Escobar, yeah.
Yeah, that's the character Alan Rickman played. But he got a tan.
Mm-hmm. A permanent one.
Yeah. A lot of people are, what's the word? They're upset, I guess, because like they shouldn't be at this point. I don't know why they are, but that's a lot of people who are fans of the books, very clearly written, like what Snape looks like. And of course, this is not that. Plus, if you look at the rest of this cast, they all kind of look like who they're supposed to be portraying. So why the fuck did they just decide to do that?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Like, it seems like a very, what's the word, pandering kind of choice. Like, everybody
I've never heard
else
of
in
the
this
actors.
fucking movie. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I never heard of the actor, so I don't know if he's good, bad at his job.
Oh, I have no idea about his acting. It's just the fact that, like, I mean, so in the book and in the movie, of course, like he's just the palest white dude ever with like long black hair. And the thing that's odd is if you look at this cast, every other person kind of matches the description in the book.
Yeah, like Ned Frost.
Yeah.
Has similar build as like Robbie Coltrane, who was Hagrid in the original. John Lithgow, you can see as the older wizard.
All the Malfoys look basically the same.
Yeah, the boy for Harry Potter, he pretty much looks the same when you see him with the glasses and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't got to him yet. Here he is. He's kind of like a generic ass fucking Harry Potter, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
well, that's the one that they decided to. Maybe they're like, you gotta have one. You have one.
It's a weird. Like nowadays, I just feel like none of this stuff really fits with what anybody's trying to do. It's like they just are shoehorning this shit in on people. And I don't really like understand it. I don't really care, but it's just fucking weird. It's just so noticeably like weird and like forced that anybody that sees it's like, what the fuck are they doing? And then that becomes the centerpiece of the whole thing. So no matter what the fuck, how good this show is, that's the only thing anybody's ever going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way that it is.
They just say you're racist for that.
For what?
For bringing it up. You should bring it up. Why
what am I supposed to fucking do? Act like it ain't happening? Like, it doesn't make any sense either.
Like, not care. Just watch the show.
I think it's more racist just to be like, fuck, nothing going on. It's fucking ridiculous.
But does Mark feel represented?
That's the question. Yeah.
No, okay. Well, Mark, when this stuff happens, do you feel? I mean, if you care,
we're using Mark as like
no, wait. Like this is
I'm the gatekeeper of like the culture.
It's a sincere question.
Tell us how you feel about it, Mark.
No, it's a sincere question of. It doesn't just have to be Harry Potter. It could be any reboot, any adaptation. And we've seen this a couple times where they purposely changed someone who was white in the comic book or whatever to black. Is that something that I know you said you don't care about, but is there anything that's like you feel kind of pandered to? Like, I don't care whether it's like I don't care what the color of their skin is. Why do you feel like I need to be curtailed? Why do you think I need to
You're pretty much answering your own
my
question.
handheld?
I mean,
Or
I
just in
think,
your words, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're hitting the nail on the head. I mean, I don't give a fuck about like that kind of thing. I don't want to be represented. I don't give a shit about that. Like, I care about the actual source material and staying true to that as much as possible, because changing the race of someone it directly comes off as pandering. I mean, the whole X-Files thing, making those people like the lead, and somebody's going to clip the those people line, but
Probably right.
But like, does it feel insulting in any way?
not insulting, but it just comes off as it's desperation, it's pandering, it's the easy way out. Like, to me, just leave it alone. Just like, I mean, the same thing goes for any character. I wouldn't want them to make, Batman like a little person, or make him Mexican or something. Like, that's not the character. So just leave it the way that it is, because it doesn't advance the material. It doesn't make it better. And I'm all for, like, certain spins on things and shit like that. And maybe that's the way they look at it. But if it doesn't make it better, or add to it or anything, like, then why change it? Just make something else.
And I'm not big on Harry Potter. Like, I've seen them. I don't remember them well. I couldn't tell the difference between what happened in Order of the Phoenix to Half-Blood Prince. I couldn't tell you the plots.
Yeah.
But are they just redoing the movies? If so, isn't that kind of what's the point? You just watch the movies, and for those fans, do they feel dated with those movies? It's not like a film from the 70s or something, or so. What's
Here's
the
what
point?
if The Strangers have taught me nothing, it's that now you must remake shit exactly the same as the old version, except with new actors.
Oh.
And I'm serious. Like, at this point, that's basically what they're doing. They're taking like shot for shot fucking remakes of old movies and just putting new people in them and calling it a day. And these series, man, all these series are awful. They just all are, because they're basically just trying to redo something that worked in the past with having absolutely no idea why it worked, and just thinking they can just shove anybody in there and people will watch it. It all makes me want to fucking puke at this point. And plus, I hate TV series anyway. Why the fuck is everything now a TV series? Like, every movie series now gets like a TV show, and nobody cares about that. I don't know why they keep doing that.
The makers of these shows care because they feel as if they could string along any minute detail they feel like, because it'll be like 10 episodes or 14 episodes, when some of these could have just been like a condensed movie. It probably would have been better than that. So then what you do is like a lot of filler, like boring filler at times, and maybe they feel it's going to be what you call a water cooler talk back in the day. Like, people will get together on social media or stream.
Yeah, the problem is they talk about all the wrong things, though. Like, now they talk about the casting, how bad it is usually. Like, take that fucking, I'll give you a perfect example. Take that last Star Trek show that just absolutely fucking bombed and shit the bed, and everybody like was talking about how bad that was. It's like, it gets talked about, but because it gets talked about because it's so horrible, I don't know. It's just stuff like this is really like depressing to me at this point. Just so many just
Well, I mean, it's more common. Friday the 13th, I mean, Crystal Lake, Haddonfield, or the Halloween one, the Chainsaw Massacre one. It's not going to stop.
so I've basically got to go ahead and like cleanse my palate to get rid of this fucking shit. I know that Mark is represented now, so I can sleep well at night. And I know that's exactly what he wanted. So as
How about a white blade?
yeah.
Be terrible.
I want a reboot of Blade,
White blade.
but Red Brown, or so fucking
Mhm.
a younger guy, Ryan Gosling.
Yep.
Blade.
Oh my god. White blade would be amazing.
Back in white.
Yeah, if there's anything we're passionate about at Dead Pit, it's representation.
Oh yeah.
Because you know, Mark, that we brought you on this show to capture the demographic that we
Exactly.
You know, that's the only reason we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You remember that where somebody was like, "Oh, just
Yeah.
brought him on." It's like,
Yeah.
yep.
I
That's
do
what
now.
we did.
Yeah. That's why I'm here too. I'm black too.
Yeah. That's also why we brought Rambo on. Dabion Freedom with a 99-cent sticker, 99-pound
Very
sticker,
cool.
whatever 99% in pounds is. The couch behind demographic. Yeah. All right, so let's cleanse our palates from this bullshit and move on to something that was absolutely amazing. At least I thought. And as usual, Rambo's got a fucking problem with it. So let's hear about your fucking problems with this amazing news, Rambo. Son of a bitch. So I'm going to switch over to this tab. Arrow announced their releases for June today. And amongst those releases was something that we've been talking about for quite a while on here, as to why it hasn't ever been released really in like a good format. And that was the Mortal Kombat. I guess it's a box set, but it's only got 2 movies in it. So you got Mortal Kombat 1, you got Annihilation. And when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like they actually released this. But Rambo, I'm gonna let you take it from here because you are not happy and we want to know.
I ain't buying that shit. I love the first movie. I do, but first off, the covers on each one look like dog shit. They look fucking horrible. They're like AI art. Number
Hey,
two,
might be reversible.
I don't give a fuck.
You get your original artwork then.
Number two, I'm tired of Arrow Video being lazy with their features. I remember back in the day, you would have actual documentaries edited, put together, but they just put these fucking interviews out that honestly, they don't do a good job with interviews. Like other companies, like even Vendor Syndrome, I think do a bit better with that. Their interviews come off as lazy. I remember Sean Clark one time said what they do is they just list a bunch of them individually to make it seem like you're getting more than what you're actually getting. And the features, I think, are flimsy. I think that 4 interviews for the first film isn't much. And I think there's a lot more people you could have talked to, a lot more people you could have conversed with. There's material that's out there that was there's a making of back in the day that's like 40 minutes long. The hell you can find on YouTube right now. I think there's a lot more you could have done with that. Soldier has more features in this. And for a film that a lot of people are looking forward to, I don't think this is really up to par, even with other Arrow releases. And fuck Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Wouldn't use it as a coaster. It's a waste of fucking space, waste of time, as a waste of just throw it away. Fucking garbage movie. So fuck Mortal Annihilation. It's dog shit being put in there. It's like getting a thumb up your ass without permission. The features are fucking flimsy.
A thumb up your ass. Wait a minute. Who's putting thumbs up people's ass? Damn.
Whoever's doing it without your permission.
But we're
Maybe
still
it's a
talking about
doctor.
Annihilation, right? Like, it's,
And
Now, I felt like that got personal for a second. Go ahead.
I just don't give a. I mean, Arrow Video has done good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I do think the lack of them actually doing documentaries, I just feel it more and more when I see some of these releases, and they don't. To give credit where credit's due, even something like that Rumpelstiltskin that has a full blown documentary on it, whether you like or dislike the film. So even that was put effort into it. Like some of these other Vinegar Syndrome sometimes does that. Arrow Video never does that. And 4 interviews, lousy as fuck. I think there's a lot more actors you're to talk to, a lot more martial artists. Retrospective of Terry Hayuki Tagawa, his Waiting Fright, even that one, they had one on Donald Pleasance. So for how much money these things cost, and the more expensive they get, yeah, I expect a bit more. So if it doesn't have much shit, I ain't buying it. 4K transfer, I'll find it online and watch it. That's it. Fuck this shit. Fuck Arrow Video. How about that? Shoot an arrow up their ass. Fuck Arrow Video.
All right, folks, you heard it here first. Fuck Arrow Video. And also,
Fuck 'em.
fuck them right in the butt cheeks.
Kiss my ass.
Rambo gets mad. He's madder than hell. Bulls. He gets mad at the blanket for not covering his feet at night. God damn.
Better. That's what the blanket's for. Right? Worth shit.
Shit, he got fucking mad at his alarm clock and took it personally for not waking him up.
That's why I need a new one. I smashed it. They work, ain't worth pot pissing.
So, all right. And for the counterpoint, we've got point now from Mark or from Rambo. But now for the counterpoint, we've got Mark. What are your thoughts, Mark?
I disagree with some of what he said, but I get his feeling on it. I mean, it's all subjective. He doesn't have to buy it if he doesn't want to, which is fine. But
No, he has.
I
to
look
buy
at
it.
it.
There ain't no fucking choices in this.
I look at it as like I would imagine they would have went to Robin. He would have been like the first guy that they would have tried to get. I don't know about budget that they have for these kind of things because they have a certain amount of money that they have to do for a production. I mean, look at all the releases that they come out with. They got to do features on everything. There's only so much time that they're going to
Well,
have.
then just do the first
And-
one. Fuck the second movie.
Well, see, somebody like myself, I didn't expect them to do the
I don't
second
give a
movie
shit
at
about the
all.
second film and have a couple interviews.
But
Fuck the second movie.
Me personally, I do like the second one.
Well, you're alone, maybe.
It's now, but I can agree that it's awful. But like I said before we started streaming, it's the kind of movie that it's like My Troll 2 or The Room with Tommy Wiseau. Like it's that kind of film for me. It's bad. Yes, it's awful. I know. I get it. But to me, I have a good time watching it because there's so much shit that's wrong with it. I laugh at so much. It's an unintentional comedy, shortly put. As far as the features go, yeah, it's lacking, but it could be so much worse. It could be Time Cop from Scream Factory. They put the fucking movie on the disc, and that's literally it. There's nothing on it. Like you got the movie, and that's it. So it could have been that. Well, I'm happy that they got the commentaries from both guys, both directors. I didn't even expect them to do that. I really do want to hear what they think about these films looking back, especially with Annihilation, what all may or may not have went wrong, depending on who you talk to. They did get a couple of interesting interviews. I'd like to hear from Lyndon Ashby.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, like looking at this though, Mark, I don't know what more they could have really gotten. Okay, they got a new audio commentary with Paul W.S. Anderson. They got a new audio commentary. They got new filmed interviews with the guy that plays Johnny Cage, the cinematographer, the producer. And then they got Musetta Vander, who I'm pretty sure that's the one that everybody wanted to know about from Annihilation because she's got all the horrible lines.
Mhm.
They got an interview with her that's new. They got a new audio commentary director of that movie. I mean, what the fuck? What
They
could
got
do?
JJ Perry. I would have liked what's his name? Is it Chris Casamesa? I think that's how you say it. I think he was in the first one doing a bunch of stuff, but it's funny, like he left the production for Annihilation, didn't do that, but then he went to do Batman and Robin. So it's like you went from shit to shit. So I would have just loved to seen an interview with him. But overall, like it's enough. I mean, yes, it could have been more. They could have done a lot more, but I don't think that they intentionally went out of their way to not include Robin Shue or any of the other main people like Bridget Wilson or James Remar or Christopher Lambert. Maybe those people didn't want to fucking do it. That's also a possibility.
I got to be honest with you. I have a hard time believing that Christopher Lambert didn't want to fucking do it.
It probably wasn't up to his. He's like, hey, this is all I'm getting paid. I want more.
I feel like he definitely wanted to do it. The retail price, it's only $49. It's $49.99, which I think is pretty reasonable considering like what shit is now. God damn it, Rambo!
$50 and you get a shitty movie with it. Fuck that shit.
Rambo got fucking mad at his shadow for following rambles. Listen, it's bad.
I don't give a fuck.
Telling you, got no respect. No respect for these movies. Come on, Rambo. It's got a fucking booklet in it.
That no one will read.
You got to read the book.
Have you ever read a booklet from any release?
I have.
I'm asking Uncle Bill. Buddy, that's all I read. I sit down at night before I go to bed, and I go over to my Blu-ray.
You the booklet is so damn important.
Yeah, I go over to my Blu-ray 4K collections, and I'm like, I wonder which booklet I want to read myself to sleep with tonight, and then I'll pick it up. There we go. Well,
so no, the booklet ain't worth shit. What you say?
I don't think I've ever read a booklet of any of this shit, except like something I really, really love, like Dawn of the Dead or something like that. I'll read the inserts and booklets and things like that on it, but like not.
How about like a feature on the music and the songs like they did for like Stream Factory did for Shocker? All the actors you guys mentioned, the people who play Scorpion, Sub-Zero, like all this other stuff. I just think 4 interviews. I just think it's flimsy compared to even like Wait to Fright. That has more features on it. The other releases they've done. If they couldn't find, then I'll take back my fuck Arrow video.
Bill with a candle and a nightgown reading the Arrow video booklets. Yeah.
All I'll say is if people liked it, that's cool. It's not for me. I don't need to buy it. I find it disappointing. Oh. If it's not in their control, okay, I'll give them that due. But I'll say fuck this release. I won't buy it. They'd kiss my ass with the release.
I just want you to see this. I want you to see what you've done. We've got to make a shirt somehow or another with all the shit, like a bunch of movies that he hates on the back, all like crossed out, fucking on the front. It says Rambo hates everything. Booklet historians. So I'm going to give you like my 2 cents on this real quick though. Like I was telling you all before the show started, like I grew up with these movies that came out when I was like a kid in middle school or even maybe like elementary school. I'm not sure exactly when, but even at that point, like I did not like these movies. I didn't like the I didn't like the first Mortal Kombat when it came out in theaters. So I've never really had like a partialness other than just kind of like wanting to go back and see what these movies are like now, because I haven't watched it in like 30 years. So just to see how it holds up, if it holds up, what it's like, I'm kind of curious now. And I'll probably buy it. That's not a bad price for those 2 movies. Like fucking considering what Vinegar Syndrome and like Severin and other companies are charging for sure.
Well, they're overpriced as well.
Yeah, they're like way overpriced. Like I think that Arrow might be the only company releasing this shit that's actually like not $60 or $70.
Well, $50 for one movie is still a lot to me.
That's true. But there's 2 movies in there because just because you don't want to watch one, don't mean it doesn't
Exactly.
fucking exist,
I was
Rambo.
going to say that.
Okay, Jamal says, super chat, Uncle, but did horror convention prices go up because Iran blocked the Strait of Hormuz? Isn't that the reason prices went up? Yes. Yep. We are right now in an oil shortage, so unfortunately they can't make enough ink for these people's pens and Sharpies, so therefore they have to
Just
charge
about to say it.
$100 for their autographs because inflation and this war is really taking a toll on fucking horror celebrities from the 80s. Don't even get me started on that shit tonight because that'll go on like way too long. Anyway, they released more stuff than Mortal Kombat, and actually the one that I was most excited about was a very little known Australian film called Wake and Fright, which is kind of an unknown gem of a movie in my opinion. And I haven't had a chance yet to even look at what like special features they got in here. I'm not even sure if this movie was released on Blu-ray. I'm guessing it was, but I don't know who released it. When I saw it, I was like, that's a weird, cult kind of film to put out for them. But it is good. It's a really good movie. And on a bunch of different levels, it's a really good movie. So the special features are apparently, they got to be ported over from something because it doesn't say they're new. Audio commentary by the director and the editor, featurette tracking down the film's Broken Hill locations, an interview with the director of photography, unreleased interviews with the sound editor, cinema's great squeaky bald git, an appreciation of the actor Donald Pleasance, filmmaker and the film buff, archival interviews, Q&As, audio interviews, TV segments, all kinds of shit on here. Yeah, I would 100% recommend anybody get that movie. If you like weird explorations of masculinity set with like horror movie kind of undertones.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Either one of you guys seen this movie?
Yeah. The guy who did Uncommon Valor and what was it, First Blood? What's his name? Ted
Kachev.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it definitely doesn't get talked about. I think didn't they remake that?
Someone in the chat said they did.
Oh, they did? Okay. Yeah, I remember that was almost like 10 years ago now, but this is where it's at though. I mean, yeah, it's the mayor. Yeah, this one definitely worth the purchase. I'll be getting it right along with the other stuff that they've announced. Although, not to jump ahead too much, I'm a little iffy on Audition. Like, I like the film, but I don't know how often I'm going to be rewatching that.
That's exact. I swear to God, I was thinking that too. Is like when I think about that movie, I'm like, yes, it's a great. I don't know. I don't even know if I think it's a great movie, like a lot of people do, but like it's an important movie, right, in the pantheon of like horror films. But is that a movie that you'll ever sit down and like really like rewatch over and over again? I don't. For me, it's not. It's very slow, first of all. And then when it's not slow, it's like brutal for about 10 minutes. So you really don't get a lot of enjoyment out of watching it.
It's almost too effective in some ways. You just think about some of the scenes in it, like with the scene with the feeding the guy vomit or whatever. Yeah. It's like, do I need that in 4K?
Yes, you do. Definitely.
I'm pretty sure I have the DVD of it, but I don't think I've ever upgraded it to anything else. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But yeah, get Wake and Fright. It's a good one.
This is an interesting take. Goblin says, never heard of it, not interested. Well, buddy, is that you fucking life? Just anything you never heard of, you ain't fucking interested? You just going around buying like shit you've watched before? Damn. I'm trying to give you fucking recommendations here, buddy. Oh. Draft House Films did the OG Blue. Okay. And apparently Umbrella did it at some point.
Okay.
So like $400.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds about right.
Probably came in a fucking umbrella. You can open it up, the film fell out. Let's see.
There were 2 super chats, one from Bobby and one from Sean Scanlon.
I'll never look at them. Dear Hunter says, I've seen Audition probably more than 20 times. Well, Bub, you probably need a therapist. I won't be honest with you. I would seek out psychiatric help immediately.
What year did Waiting Fright come out?
Where are the super chats?
71.
Why the fuck can I never see the super chats?
Well, I mean, I see them.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, James Tolkien. Yeah, he was the guy from Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, the
Primarily.
principal
Mhm.
Yeah,
about slackers. He was also the cop, the detective in the 80s He-Man movie.
Yep.
With the shotgun.
bald guy, kind of like waxed his head.
Yeah, he was also in Top Gun and others. So, good character actor. I think he was in his 90s. So, rest in peace to him.
Now, where's Bobby's super chat?
He's a bit farther back. He was before the Jamrolls.
Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that one. Where you at, Bobby?
Okay, Theo Vaughn.
That clip kills me every fucking time it comes on. Here we go.
I don't know.
What if we are a part of the Alara team? Laura is the lead hero. I help her. You guys can weaken the bad guy's army. Greg Doucette is our coach. Braun Strowman fights big henchmen and kicks doors down.
I'm the guy that would die first. Because I hate everything. So we shoot me in the face. Get me out of the way.
Look here, boy. Audition's overrated. Tired of hearing about it.
I saw that film once. It's been a long time since I've seen it, though. I vaguely remember a few scenes.
Let's see.
But I heard it was on Dawn of the Disc. There's word that Watchers will get a Blu-ray release, perhaps by Lionsgate or Vestron. That was recently on Dawn of the Disc.
What was that now?
Recently on Dawn of the Disc, they showed a picture of Watchers as if it was a Blu-ray from either Lionsgate or Vestron.
That was a weird
it was on
story.
their Facebook.
I was going to get to that in a sec too. But that was a weird story because it just kind of like they didn't say who it was that was
They just
releasing
said
it.
like coming soon.
And I actually talked to somebody that would definitely know if it was coming out from like companies like, you know, Vestron and things like that. And it's definitely not. So I don't know how valid that story is, but we'll find out, I guess. It could be coming out overseas too.
Yeah.
So here's Audition though. Special features on Audition. We got audio commentary by Takashi Miike and the writer. Let's see, a new interview with actor Ryo Ishibashi.
Gazunda.
Yeah. That's really it in terms of new stuff. There's archival interviews with everybody, and there's an archival like appreciation of Japanese cinema documentary, apparently. You know how that goes, by the way?
No.
Audition. Anyway, that's how that goes.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Takashi Miike?
I don't like him. I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna make that a fucking clip. Just that one part. I don't
That's so
like him.
funny.
See it. Ain't worth shit, Wolves.
I'm not into his films. They're just fucking weird at times for weird's sake. Like Visitor Q, isn't that like a guy sucking on someone's titties or something?
What's wrong with that?
Not my kink, Mark. That's yours.
Sucking on
for you.
titties is not a kink.
I need to see grown men sucking on titties. Unless I'm one of them. If I'm doing it, maybe.
What's wrong with that? Oh God. All right. Mark, any thoughts on Takashi?
There are some films of his that I like. There's others that I do not. He's an okay filmmaker. Don't have a problem with him. That's the short answer.
Thoughts on titty milk?
Milk? Where's this going?
The
We're
milk.
talking about the guys sucking on the titties. You said the milk titties. You said it's nice. So I'm like,
I didn't say it was nice. I'm just.
you said what's wrong with it?
It's just a question.
So I'm just asking if you've had experience.
Are you talking about the movie or are we talking about real life? You're just confusing me now.
Never mind. Just move on.
Titty milk, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old titty milk. Titty milk. Something.
The Luke Skywalker.
What about you, UB? Are you a fan or?
I think if I'm being honest, I don't know necessarily say this is the best thing he ever did, but it's by far the most memorable to me, and also probably the most subversive thing that he ever did was Imprint. I am a fan of that.
Yeah.
I am
great.
I like Audition, but I don't like it the way that I hear a lot of other people talking about liking it. There's people that just like fucking jizz their pants over this movie. And it's like, it's a fine movie to me. Maybe like a 5 out of 10. I just don't give that much of a shit about it. I get why it's, got a fan following and people admire it, but it's just never been for me. What
He was in
else?
Hostel, right?
Yeah, he is a cameo in the first
Yeah.
Hostel.
Visitor Q I've never seen, which is what Deer Hunter's talking about. I've never seen
a grown woman gets her titties milked.
Didn't he also do
He did a segment in 3 Extremes, which Arrow just put out last year.
did he do Versus?
No.
Or he did, what was the other one? He did Ichi, right?
Ichi
Yeah.
the Killer, yeah.
Okay, Ichi. I've watched that movie a couple times and I like it. It's completely different than anything else out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's I kind of feel the same way about that movie as I do about Audition in terms of it's just like it's fine. It's got cool splatter effects in it. I just don't give a shit that much. Let's see. Titty milk in the morning. Yeah. So let's look at what else they got though, because somebody asked about this one, and I was curious because I haven't really looked at what films are in this either. The Jackie Chan Breakout Hits box set. Disc 1 is Drunken Master 2 in 4K, which is the uncut version apparently. Disc 2 is Rumble in the Bronx 4K. The Hong Kong cut. Disc 3 is the international cut. Disc 4 is Thunderbolt in 4K. Disc 5 is Police Story 4, both the Hong Kong cut and the international cut. Disc 7 is Mr. Nice Guy, both the Hong Kong and international cut. And then Who Am I? Both cuts of that film too. There's 10 discs. I can't imagine how much that will be, but
Yeah.
That's one of my gripes with it. I'd imagine that the price for that would be pretty high.
yeah.
Not to say that they're not giving you a lot, but it's like I like some of those films, but man, it's
$190. Is that right?
I don't know.
Damn,
I
boy.
guess. I didn't even see a price for it yet, but
Hold on,
Yeah,
I can find out real quick. Hold on.
okay.
Someone says 150 on Orbit.
That's what I was going to look on
Really?
anyway.
Okay.
So yeah. All right.
Okay, that's a lot lower than I thought. Okay.
Does any of y'all plan on buying this? I mean, I like Jackie Chan. He's another guy that I'm just kind of like, on the fence with.
I'll probably wait on a sale. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
I enjoy most of these movies, but I don't know about needing them in 4K. A lot of these, a Blu-ray was fine with me.
All right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the only one that I own out of this on Blu-ray is Rumble in the Bronx.
And the features didn't seem like much anyway.
I didn't even see the features.
I saw on their website.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big set for anybody that's a Jackie Chan super fan, but that's just
Yeah.
not. What about this shit, Rambo? I meant to ask you about this too. How many fucking sets are they going to come out with this shit, by the way?
Quite a bit.
The John Rambo Complete Collection from 82 to 2019 in 4K.
I mean, I already have Rambo 2 and 3 on 4K right over there, and I'm not sure on the artwork. I don't like the 5th one. I doubt there's anything new in it. I'm sure you could find an older 4K set much cheaper.
Yeah.
Or I think some of these you can just find individually and get them on 4K, whichever ones you like. So I don't see what is the purpose of this. Like you said, they released it already many times. I don't even know who is releasing it.
It doesn't say.
So
What the fuck did I go to now? Scree Imaging
AI.
Art. Oh, Lord.
I'll probably get the set just because, like, I didn't get the last box set that they did. It was one of those steelbook sets on 4K, and it's been out of print and going for crazy expensive prices. So just to have them all complete, well, I don't need the last one, but you know, I'd still like to have all the other films.
And then here's the story about the Watchers. Coming soon to Blu-ray, and that's basically all it says.
I would assume they would be good at fishing out rumor, like to put this on there.
I would think so. I just know that it's not coming out from who you think it would come out from. Like, it's not coming out on a Vestron release or anything like that. It's not coming out really that I know of. It's got to be an overseas release. That's the only thing that I can think of.
That'd be funny if it was TerraVision or something.
Fuck. Well, then you might as well just not even have it. Like, not even try to put it up.
Or the Gator Bait or whatever.
I'm not even kidding. We're gonna have a whole stream just dedicated to a celebration if that movie ever gets released. We're just gonna fucking talk about Gator Bait 2 and watch it because it's apparently like Citizen Kane for how long it's taken them to release it.
Well, it might be. So
Who owns it?
It may not be Vestron, but maybe it's just Lionsgate on itself, which is
Not
separate from
Lionsgate.
Vestron. No.
I know that too. So it's not coming
Okay.
out from Lionsgate either.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. Just overseas.
Sandpiper. It could be Sandpiper. Nobody really knows.
I know Universal distributed the film, but do you guys know who owns it right now?
No, that was kind of the question for a while of who owned it.
Yep.
Hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody didn't, figure it out and get the rights, but I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very vague.
Sometimes stories like that just come and go. So,
Yeah, like Near Dark.
yep.
It's never coming out.
I watched this movie last night, actually.
Hmm.
Y'all seen this yet?
Yeah.
Sam Raimi one.
I actually didn't think it was that bad, Mark. I don't know how you felt about it, but like,
I liked it.
yeah, definitely not what you would think.
No, definitely not.
Fucking. So, here's my thing. I got one problem with this movie. There's one problem I have with it.
I think I know where you're going, but I want to hear this.
I don't know if you do. So, like, it's got some Sam Raimi shit in it that does not. He needs to fucking quit. Like, you can't try to make, and he did the same shit with Drag Me to Hell too. You can't try to make like a straight kind of like genre film, but then put some like Evil Dead 2 shit in it that doesn't belong in it in anywhere. And not only that, but the goddamn CG looks so. Why does the CG in all his movies look so fucking bad, man?
When I first watched it, that just threw me because I was thinking like you could have still just done like a plane crash and not actually shown all the extra bullshit on the outside.
And the fucking boar scene, I was like,
oh my god, I forgot about that. So you mentioned it. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And I don't know. I just
So
wish
it's got the Drag Me to Hell comedy in it.
Yeah. There's a couple of scenes that are very similar, and he puts them all in all of his films like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't fit the tone or anything going on in the film, and it looks like shit because it's all like CG. And for some reason, he doesn't do good CG, which you'd think he would. But like in a lot of these films like this, it doesn't look good. But Rachel McAdams is great in it.
She's great in it. Sorry to disappoint you, Mayor. There is no tree grape.
No, there's no tree grape in this one.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be.
Amazing. Well, look at this piece of shit right here, boys. The Chlamydia box set. I mean, it's great that they're doing a wrong turn box set. Don't get me wrong.
The artwork is terrible.
The artwork in that looks like looks like the set has chlamydia. I don't know why they landed on that. This is an umbrella release.
It'll be like $200.
It will be.
I think it's a good film, but
yeah, it's a great film. For what it is, it's just Home. It's just a retelling of Home, but it's good. I like Elijah Douchebag. It's just look at it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the 4K box set for all the movies? Like there's a collection 4K box set.
No.
Okay. Yeah, if you get a chance, check that out. It's the artwork on that compared to this, it's night and day.
Yeah, it can't be much worse than that shit. Only available from the Umbrella Web Store, so you know it's going to be.
Are there features on it?
Let's see. Guess what, Remo? There's a 48-page booklet.
Got 8 art cards.
Read it before you go to bed.
And there's 8 art cards, A3 reversible. Okay, yeah, there is new features. Okay. New Evil Residence, an interview with the producer. New Edge of the Axe, interview with actor Julian Richings. New, an interview with visual effects supervisor. New, interview with makeup effects supervisor Shane McMahon. I didn't know he was into makeup special effects, but apparently there's nothing new in terms of the main cast or anything. Like, There is old archival featurettes that have all that stuff on it. Looks like
Cool.
all right. So that's about it for all of the recent shit that's come out.
And Bullet in the Head. Don't forget about that.
What about Bullet? Nice.
The sequel.
Bullet in the Head, baby. Limited edition 4K steelbook. Goddamn steelbooks.
I got the one from Shout Factory, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that steelbook will be dinged all to hell.
That's a film I like, folks.
Arrow's doing it too, so you got your pick. You don't have to get the steelbook.
No. You have to buy the steelbook though. There's no other choice really.
Yeah, but
What about Marlowe?
the hell is it?
I don't know. I saw that and I said the same thing. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's a classic film from the late 60s.
Never seen it.
Marlowe, baby. There's the Arrow version. And probably be a damn sight cheaper too. All right. Are you ready though?
Sure.
Are
Yeah.
you ready?
We're over an hour in.
We're over an hour in. Yeah, this is the perfect time to start this. We're going to do the franchise killers. So we have actually a tier list of some of the major franchises. And we may not agree on what movies actually killed these franchises, by the way. Like there's several possibilities for some of these movies, to be honest. And these are just like we've talked about before. These are movies that just they took all the steam out of a franchise, either stopped it dead in its tracks or kind of like fucked it up for years. So yeah, do you want me to pull up the tier list? You want to just start talking about some of these fucking
Probably start talking. We probably don't have time to do any tier list theme, so we just like
look, there's always
Yeah.
time for a tier list, Rambo.
but just throw a movie out. Each one of these, at least one that come to mind that you
I
either
know.
was labeled a franchise killer, you feel killed a franchise.
I think
Mhm.
okay, so I'm curious about what you think about this, both you guys actually. So Terminator, what film do you think really killed that franchise? There's been so many horrible films.
3.
Okay.
Just my opinion, though. I don't think it's the worst one, but again, that's not really necessarily franchise killer. You know what I mean? Like, to me, the worst film, or hell, even the best film, is not necessarily going to be a franchise killer. I look at it like, is it the film that took the franchise to the point of no return? Did it take a hard left turn and then it just never stopped going down that route? There's no recovery after the fact. And for me, part 3 was the beginning of the end. 2 movies is fine with me. The first 2 classics, love them. But 3, I just...
People are talking about the worst. These are not necessarily the worst films, by the way. These are just the films that derailed the franchise in one way or another, too.
Exactly, yeah.
So
'Cause,
what
I
film
mean-
comes directly after Terminator 3? Was it
Salvation.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's that. I think that it's probably 3 as well, because Salvation is a huge fucking turd that I had the misfortune of sitting through multiple different times. Rambo, I swear to Christ, if you sit there and tell me you like that movie, I will turn that chair over in this son of a bitch. I about guarantee you did too, because I fucking hate it. Go ahead.
I think Salvation's the most tolerable
God damn
besides...
it. But break this fucking table. $100 says he liked this. Go, Rambo. What are your thoughts on it?
Who, Mark or me?
No, you.
He
I
say
know what
you.
Mark's thoughts are.
It has a lot of issues. I'd rather watch it than Dark Fate. I'd rather watch it than Genesis.
What about
And I would probably
TurboGrafx
rather
16?
watch it than Terminator 3.
Same here.
But
That's
I never
exactly what I was
rewatched the
gonna say.
film, so I'm not even that big of a fan of it. It's compared to the films I watch, it's watchable, but I don't own the film. I never feel the urge to rewatch it. I don't like that it's PG-13. Christian Bale was disappointing. When I saw it, I didn't get mad because I was curious about the future war aspect, but at the same time, I never feel the urge to watch that film. So it's one of those I don't give a fuck movies. I'm not mad about it. I'm not happy about it. It's more of I don't give a fuck. Like Darth Fate and Genesis made me mad.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator 3, I agree, because 1 and 2 had a good momentum. 3 has good action scenes, but the story they took completely derailing the ending of Terminator 2 and made it seem it was pointless. That was a franchise killer because, okay, if you want that to be your end of your trilogy, okay, not happy about it. But any future aspects, people were not as excited about it. So, okay, the next one, they tried to make a new trilogy. They failed. It did not do well. It being PG-13, mid-G was not a good choice. Again, it's not a film I got mad at, but it's just like, this try to be like Transformers without the humor, the stupid humor of Transformers, like the robots. There was some that look like Transformers and shit, and I don't even barely remember the film other than a few scant scenes. I think they tried to do the song from Terminator 2, like Guns N' Roses appears in one bit. So no, I wouldn't say a fan. No, I wouldn't say a fan. It doesn't make me mad compared to those other films. Like if you had a gun in my head, I'll watch it and be like, okay, there's a whatever the fuck, probably like Battleship. Something.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't give a fuck. But it
I mean,
made
I
me
would.
mad. It's like stupid. It is stupid.
I'd sadly watch Battleship like multiple times before I'd watch Salvation again. But like, I get what you're saying.
I mean, Mark might be a bigger fan of it than me. I'm like, whatever.
I mean, that's the same thing. Like, I don't think that Salvation was a course correction. There never has been a course correction with Terminator. They need to just stop making the films. We got the gist of the story with 1 and 2. That's all you ever needed. And I mean, 3, the reason why I said it was the franchise killer was because it was the one that took the franchise off course. It was the beginning of the end. It started trying to do things that they thought were cool, but just it came off more like a parody of the second film. I don't think the action sequences in it are as original as they think that they were. Yeah, it's very, very bad. Like it's not the worst one, but it's pretty fucking bad.
So what are your thoughts on Terminator 3, to Uncle Bill?
You mean just as a movie? It took everything about Terminator 2 that everybody liked and fucked it all up. It basically it just tried to be a continuation of Terminator 2, but just did everything wrong that you could. So, you know, the thought was, I think, that you have to make a bigger, badder T whatever she was. I can't remember what the fuck she was called. TX. So you had to make something that would outdo Robert Patrick, right? And that didn't work. It just didn't work. Like, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as cool.
Do you like the scene where her boobs got bigger?
No, I don't like anything. I don't like her just in general in that role or just as an actress in general. But then you've got like the idea that the humor has to be more pronounced in it. So it's like more in T3, which I don't necessarily like that either. And you've got Arnold hamming it up and fucking just
Talk
He
to the
does-
hound.
wearing the
I was
fucking
about to say-
glasses and shit. Like, no.
Yeah, I knew. I saw in the theater. I knew when I got to the strip club and he did the talk to the hand. I'm like, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
We're in
talk.
trouble.
It got goofy, and they thought they had like it all worked out in terms of what the formula would be for that movie, but they just got lazy, and then they just fucked it all up. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. But you feel it's Salvation, not T3. That the
No.
franchise killer.
No, I think I'd probably agree with Mark. I think it's T3. I was just saying, like, the movie that came directly after that would determine to me like how bad off course it got, and if it's fucking Salvation, it got pretty far off course. Like, so I would kind of tend to agree, and it never kind of like got any better. Like, yeah, like none of the movies they've done.
Do I get the $100 then?
Yes, yeah. But keeping it like with Cameron, I'll just go to another series I think is very similar to Alien or Aliens, whichever one you want to say. So yeah, I think you could debate two movies in this. But what do you guys think in terms of the movie that fucking
For
killed
me,
that?
the answer has got to be Alien 3. Just because I know people like that film, but especially at the time, second film was a crowd pleaser. It was a huge hit. There were people that saw that did like those characters, the way they treated them. They didn't like it, like me. The way it kind of regressed, it's one xenomorph, there's a lack of weapons. It didn't seem like an interesting enough direction. It didn't seem like a big jump in quality. It was to be a dip in quality. It was very downbeat, morose. The issues during filming, all that put together, it was definitely not a beloved movie at the time. Some people like it now, but at the time it was not. And so that feeling was still among people when you got to the next one, and etc. So yeah, I do think that one, I don't know if it flopped. It definitely disappointed at the box office, especially with all of the additional shooting and issues. So yeah, that one definitely killed, especially at the time, a lot of people's care about the franchise. Okay, you killed everybody. Yeah, you killed everybody, so why do I care what comes out in the future? And then they try to bring it back by having Ripley come back, but not really, and that didn't work. But for me, it would be 3. To be since then, it's never been up to par.
I looked this up because I was curious because I didn't remember, but apparently the Alien 3 had a budget of around 55 to 60 million, and it made about 160 million worldwide. So it wasn't considered a massive success like the other films were, but it wasn't considered a flop necessarily either. It does suck though. I think we can all agree with that. I make the argument though that Resurrection is probably where everything fucking the wheels fell off of that fucking whole franchise. Just because, okay, Alien 3 at least feels still like it's shot the same way as a lot of the other Alien movies. The cinematography is good. That's about really the only thing that's good about it. Alien Resurrection looks like a Paul W.S. Anderson style fucking movie. It's got really horrible visual effects and CG in it. It looks cheap. It's shot cheap. The characters in it are awful. Not that the characters in 3 were, fucking mind blowing or anything, but like they at least were understated. Everything in Resurrection is so cartoonish that from that point on, I don't think that series ever I think it just stayed that way. Like everything about Alien after that was just cartoony fucking just bullshit.
Even Romulus?
Buddy, the less that we say about Romulus, it's probably the better. Yeah, I
It was
just don't.
beloved. I thought it was. It's back. Alien's back, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
I feel like that it changed the whole look and feel of the movie, and it never recovered from that.
So for you, it's Resurrection is the franchise killer
That's
for
yeah,
Alien?
that's what I would say.
Okay.
What about you, Mark?
I would say 3 as well. It just takes too big of a shit on the second film, which I think is phenomenal. So I obviously got to go with 3.
What if I said Aliens? That'd be killing. Aliens fucking killed it.
Some do say that
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that.
Whoever
before.
says that is fucking stupid.
because they don't like it. It was an action movie. They thought it should strictly be horror.
Mhm.
So they thought the alien being able to be killed, they did not like that, and they thought aliens sucked.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the first movie. You've seen that, right, Mark? I'm not making it up.
Yeah, I've been surprised every time I hear it. I can't believe it. But I mean, hell, some people probably prefer Alien 3 to the first 2. Who knows? I mean, people have their tastes. Yeah,
there's a lot of people that definitely like Alien 3 more than Aliens. Does they feel it's more like the first movie?
Well, the problem with that is
I've talked about Alien 3 a lot, so they tell me that a lot. So.
Yeah, I think I said
Alien
this.
Sucks. You're stupid for liking that. You just like action. I like other stuff.
Yeah.
I like the first Alien.
No, but I mean, I think I've said this before, like that comparison of Alien 3 being closer to the first one alien, group of people with little to no weapons trying to fight. One of the key things about the first one is like the claustrophobia, the thing is you're locked in there with it. Now, I don't think that the setting of the third film is the worst necessarily, but it completely kills the idea that you're trapped inside because they go outside in the movie. And I said this when we did the commentary. Why don't they just go outside? The movie's over at that point. If the aliens inside, just go outside. Now, you could maybe say that for Aliens, but what does Newt say? They mostly come out at night. So there's a possibility you could get killed.
What happened to her? She died.
Exactly. She got killed anyway. But still, I mean, not to get too much into semantics, but
too fucking windy, Mark. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
It's too windy.
Yeah, that's the only threat that's outdoors of the third movie. There's a lot of wind.
Conditions are too sunny.
Get ripped apart by a alien creature or deal with a lot of wind. I think I'm gonna deal with the wind. Yeah, and too many random fucking guys. Like I've said before, it's like 20, 30 shitheads that you don't care about. You why would you get invested? Because they're scum anyway. None of them really have any redeeming value. So it's just whatever. And that's kind of how I feel about the film. It's a whatever film. There's not much merit to it. I mean, hell, Fincher tried his best. We all know he's a great filmmaker, went on to do great things, but
yeah,
I just can't get behind the third one. And honestly, I mean, you said Resurrection has bad CGI. I think you need to rewatch 3. I think the Alien in 3 looks way worse than anything.
No,
after
I'm
that. Yeah.
I'll rewatch 3.
It's so god awful.
Okay, well, people on here, let us know what you think. If it's 3 or Resurrection, they both suck. Let's not get it confused. All right, for our next one. Okay, this is an interesting one because I'm not really even sure about what I think about this one. Nightmare on Elm Street. What derailed Nightmare on Elm Street?
People will hate my answer, but I'll let you guys go first.
Okay, now I'm interested in that. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
I think 5. I would go with 5 because I do feel that with each film, they made more and more money. By the time you got to the 4th one, it made the most. It seemed like the fans, for the most part, were happy. At least I was. But the 5th one, they rushed it. They went it out a year later. It has one of the weakest stories. Has one of the weakest plots of the franchise. Inconsistent tone. Like, yeah, the films are getting lighter, but there's this one is like it wants to be this dark gothic look, but then it wants to have like one of the silliest Freddys. I'm Super Freddy. All this other stuff. But then like the cinematography wants to be this dark gothic architecture style. It doesn't fit. Like it wants to be like shadows but then Bon Appetit, bitch. It's just like
Bon
Tina
appetit, bitch.
It doesn't work. I love that character of Alice, but in part 5 they gave her nothing to do. It was poorly written. It has the dumbest ending. Freddy's puked to death by like that's what I get that it'll never make sense because it's fantasy, but that's the best you got with a group of grown ass people is let's write him puking on the Freddy. And let's pay all this money to film it and make the effects for it. I think when you see that in a theater, you go, fuck this. And then they're like, we just gotta kill him off in the next one. And then, I mean, if that film did well and it was a better movie, and they would not have killed him off in the next one. But that's when it's like they knew the writing was a bit on the wall. Let's cut it now. If 5 wasn't the way it was, then you want to have the following movies as they were. So to me, 5 is the one that killed it. Because yeah, that's my choice.
Well, listen, this is probably the most contentious one that we've had so far. So a lot of people are saying 5. Freddy's Dead, the remake, Dream Child 5. 3 is a wild choice, but I get
that's my pick.
I was going to say I get where that's coming from,
and I don't mind the film like as a whole, but like, sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
Oh, I think that like I get where that's what.
Me or the chat?
Well, I think it's coming from a place that's where he becomes like comedic.
Yes.
Freddy.
Yeah. The first scene that you see Freddy Krueger, he's wearing a tuxedo. And when you see that, like it just something about that imagery, like it doesn't really gel well for me. But that being said, there's still quite a few aspects of the movie that I like. I'm in the minority, I know, but I don't like comedy Freddy. Now, at least in that film, it's a little bit more tame compared to like what it would become with like the 4th, 5th one, and especially 6. Oh my God. But 3 to me is the one where it opened the door to the comedy and they were like, all right, well, that worked. I would have much rather they had went in the darker direction that they had intended to go in, and you could keep all the imaginative and really cool, innovative dream sequences, and even the whole theme of the cast like fighting Freddy as dream warriors per se. So like that's fine, but it just the comedy comes in, and it's just like, to me, that kills the mystique, or maybe not necessarily mystique, the aura of what the character was. I saw them in order, so getting up to that point, it was like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? You know, I just never really got behind the comedy stuff. I don't want to see him.
Freddy.
I don't want to see him on a beach with sunglasses. I don't want to see him crack jokes. I don't like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wrong, but cool.
I swear to God, Rambo, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head, but I just didn't say it.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were going to say it.
I mean, look, it's a kind of the exact opposite to me. I know that some people like don't like that version of Freddy or whatever, but to me, like without that version of Freddy, like that series really doesn't progress in any way, like shape or form. Like it made that character more fun than any of the other characters. Like
I think that's what made the character iconic.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, other than Jason or like all the Michael Myers, the ones that just kind of go around, and it made him more enjoyable to watch and more entertaining to watch. Now the problem with that is, and this is the part where maybe I would like agree, you can go too far either way. To me, part 3 is like the perfect version of that because there's one-liners and shit, but it's mostly like
it's a better balance.
Yeah. Once you get into like part 6, especially, it's all fucking that's all he does. Like the whole movie, the fucking Wizard of Oz shit. Are you kidding? Like it's just everything is that to the 10th degree. So yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think it killed the franchise. If anything, I think it made the franchise like bigger from that point on to about I'll fuck it. Rambo, what do you think? Like, what would you pick?
I get what Mark's saying, where if you want just a horror franchise, 3 and 4 made it more of a horror action comic book franchise that expanded its boundaries, which then resulted in like a broader audience. I think that's what 3 and 4 did. It broadened the audience that almost like crowd pleasers that people would see at the theater that maybe 1 and 2, they didn't feel that way, but it just, because of all the special effects action stuff to put in there even more so, it became big. So I get what Mark is saying. You prefer scary Freddy. A lot of people feel that way. It may have killed your idea of the character. For me, killing the franchise, I think 3 and 4, there's a reason a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people feel those are the 2 better ones. It's because of just how bigger, more 80s, more expansive those films were. And I think 3 and 4 had the right amount of balance. And then 5, which is inconsistent. It's like 5 wanted to go back to the dark, but then they were still labeled with Funny Freddy. And it's like, once it's out of the bag, you can't put it back in again. If you make
they became like a slave to their own creation, really. Like they had to put all that shit in it because that's what people expected by that point.
Yeah, it was successful. You saw it like in 3 and 4. You can't put the genie back in the box to try to make a scary Freddy now. It's like maybe they wanted to do that, but then maybe studios like, no, you got to have him funny here and here because he was on MTV here and people liked it here. So that's why, to me, why 5, I think you just, if you continue the direction of 3 and 4 and embrace it, maybe it could have flourished more. But to me, 5, it tried to put the genie back in the box and they didn't know how to do it. Just
Here's
like,
the thing.
go ahead.
This is like kind of piggybacking off what you're saying. My choice would be New Nightmare because I think they tried to fucking do that. They tried to make a serious Freddy film again. And the problem was, there's 2 problems. Nobody was ready for that or wanted to see that. But number 2 was they were way ahead of their time. So
the meta approach is probably not the best choice. I like that film, but I get what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I think that like everybody was so prepared to just see Freddy do the same shit at that point. And then when you go into that movie, it's like it's really nothing like that. It's nothing like any of those other nightmare movies that you'd seen. Probably any of them really. And it was just so different and so ahead of its time that it just killed the whole fucking thing. Because I don't think anybody really at that time, at least the audience members that liked the old Freddy's, really appreciated that movie at all. And how long was it until they fucking did the Freddy versus Jason from that point?
2003, so 94 to 2003.
9 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my thought. Because when I think back upon it, like I'm like, from 3 to fucking 6, it's basically the same thing. It's just like heightened versions of it. But once you get to 6, it's really stupid, right? But that didn't really kill it off completely because they were like trying to bring it back. They had enough there to bring in, and do a new Nightmare. But when they did New Nightmare, they went so different from what anybody was expecting that it kind of just fucked it.
I mean, Rambo, I understand what you're saying with like the popularity of it exploding and like it
I get what you mean. Like you
broadened
want
the-
more of the scary Freddy. I get that.
Well, yeah, but don't you think it was inevitable for the franchise to blow up anyway, just because the strength of the first 2 films were so, like it
Not
was,
as big as it did because I think it would have kept the level like Friday the 13th, Halloween sequels, Freddy killing people. I think him being it's like wrestling. Like WrestleMania, you get on MTV and you get the rock stars in there and you got Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
It may not be what you preferred wrestling, but it gets more eyes onto the screen. It's more personality. It's more comic booky. So then more eyes on it. And then people that may not even be up just straight horror, they like other aspects and they attach themselves to it. So it might have still made money. I don't think it would have been as popular because Freddy Krueger, I think, would have been an interesting character, but him, like, anytime people think of Freddy, they think of Welcome to Prime Time, that line of dialogue in 3. When you introduce stuff like that, now that's become pop culture. That's become iconic status. I don't feel he'd be iconic. I think he'd be like, oh, he's a good horror character like Candyman or something. But you just see even you look at the tolls, like how much more they made compared to Friday the 13th. They like at times doubled or tripled what Friday the 13th.
Yeah, they trumped them for sure. Yeah. I guess just to me, I just think that it would have been inevitable that it would have gotten as big as it did just because of Robert Englund and how crazy he would have gotten. I mean, not necessarily going darker, but just keeping the same style of the character from the first 2. I think what would have drawn people into those films would have been like the imaginative dream sequences, maybe even some of the characters that you follow. I just think it was inevitable that it would have gotten that regardless. I don't necessarily think that the comedy or any of that stuff would have brought more people in, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Let's do some super chats real quick because we got a bunch that I haven't got to. Are you disappointed that they never made a Soul Man trilogy?
Of course.
Yeah, every day.
No, because that way we don't have to do commentaries for 2 more movies.
Yeah, I think that they said everything they needed to say with the first one. Really.
Well, the second sequel could have been a different race. Each sequel just changed the race.
Yeah, you're right. Like it could have been Asian.
Soul Man spelled SEOUL.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. It'd be a great idea for a sequel. Bobby says UB is running through the jungle carrying a Mark statue. All right. Where'd I get that? Chased by Indians. Okay. They're guardians, but whatever. Uncle Bill said, Matt, start the plane. Meanwhile, Matt is drinking his mellow yellow. And there's a continuation here, part 2. UB kept saying, start the plane and roll the boat. Matt said, hey, maybe I should start the plane.
And Raiders of the Lost Anal.
Raiders. Yeah. All right. Let's try another one then. See if I can find a good one here.
But that
Here's
is
one-
interesting. That one we all had different answers. I had 5, you had 3, and you had 7. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told you, like, I feel like some of these are going to be different,
Yeah.
no matter what. Here's an interesting one I was curious about. Because I don't think a lot of people would think that we were going to do this or that would even think of this, but like as a franchise. But I kind of think it is the Dead movies, the Romero Dead movies.
Mm.
Where do you think that went off the rails?
See, that's where it's hard to say because it was always because of lack of finances for Romero, not really because there wasn't a desire, demand. Probably until Land, yeah. After Land, there wasn't as much of a desire for more after Land of the Dead. So, yeah, maybe it's an easy answer. So I just Land of the Dead.
That was going to be my answer. Land.
Day of the Dead may have not done well, but there was still a good demand of wanting to see more. Then after Land of the Dead, it's like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
The weird thing about Land is it had a pretty decent budget and it looked fairly good as opposed to like the next two movies that he would do. The problem was it's an awful movie. I mean, it's just not a good film, and it's got John Leguizamo in it.
I mean,
Let's
it's okay.
Let's
not forget that.
Landed is okay, like watchable. It's not great.
Is
It's
it though?
I mean, by comparison,
Survival of the
Yeah,
Dead,
I mean, if you compare it to Diary or Survival, like it is a better movie.
or like stuff like Zombie Diaries or fucking
Yeah,
like a lot. There's a lot of really awful zombie movies. Like that was like watchable.
You know the scene that sticks in my head every time I think about Land of the Dead, though, is that fucking zombie's like head, that CG zombie head that flips up and like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! The very first thing I think of, and Jesus. Well, so that was an easy one. We all kind of agree that was fucking Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
All right. Superman.
The original
the whole fucking franchise.
As much as I like the film 3,
that's what I was gonna say.
It just labeled too goofy, too silly, not up to par.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I like 3 for how goofy and fun it is, but 3, it was definitely 3 because people went, this is too stupid, it's too dumb, it's too comedic. Why is Richard Pryor in there? I love Richard Pryor in it, but the majority are like, nah. So it would have to be Superman 3.
Same. It's Donner seemed to have you could say it's a formula, but he had something like going with those first 2 movies. And with the third one, as soon as you get to it, like you automatically feel like something's a little off. You mentioned the comedy aspect. That's one thing.
I love 3. It's just I know that was not the public favorite.
Yeah, but it was the beginning of the end. And like I said, for what I think of a franchise killer, that would certainly be it. It started it. I don't think they could have predicted that 4 would have been as bad as it was. But yeah, somebody just said 4 is awful. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, 4 is awful. It is. But 3
I'll
was
say this, Mark. I like 3 more than 2, and I like 2, but I actually like 3 more than 2.
What?
That's a very.
I like all 3, but I like 3 more than 2.
Wow. Okay.
The blues bite again.
Yeah.
I like all 3, but I like 3 more. I like the weird robot lady at the end that was creepy. I love Richard Pryor. I love there wasn't Lex Luthor yet at the end.
Why do you say these things to me? When you know I will kill you.
4 is awful though.
4, I think we could all agree that 4 sucks. Like there's no
Four's
real way
yeah.
to defend that movie.
4 is garbage.
What about the films that came after the original, like 4? Like there was a bunch. There was the Henry Cavill, however you
Man of
pronounce his name.
Steel.
Yeah. Then there was, the James Gunn one. Like, where would you put those? There's Batman versus Superman in there
Don't
somewhere.
forget
but
about
I don't even fucking
Returns.
remember that. Oh yeah,
Superman Returns.
yeah. Jesus.
Well, that tried to be a reboot and it failed. That's why there's no more after that. Returns.
Yeah.
Of the Henry Cavill ones, I mean, I don't like any of them, but I would say Batman v Superman. You did a
I
Batman.
never watched that, so I don't know. I never watched that one.
It'd take too long to get into it, but Batman v Superman. What's that guy from the Social Network? He played Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah.
He was the worst Lex Luthor. He's terrible. Ben Affleck is Batman. At the end, it tries to throw everything in the kitchen sink. So they throw in Wonder Woman. They throw in the character Doomsday. To Zod from the previous one. They use his body. They kill off Superman. Before that, Batman and Superman are fighting, and Batman hits Superman with a toilet in the face. The only reason they stop is because, wait, your mom's name is Martha? My mom's name is Martha too. We better stop fighting now because we both have a mom named Martha. That's how the fighting ends. And now they're good guys. And
to me, the best thing in the film or Batman v Superman is the Batman stuff that's away from Superman. I don't mind that. Like the fight sequence where he goes to save Superman's mom at the end is still some of the best Batman fight choreography, in my opinion, that's been put to film. The other Superman stuff, though, Returns. God, I've seen that once. I'll never go back to it again. Trying to think how I'd rank them though, because they're all just so many levels of bad. I really don't like that new one, but I think you guys know that.
yeah,
I think each one of them has their own kind of private hell attached to them. Like my least favorite, honestly, is the Henry Cavill fucking Superman. I fucking hate that movie. I hate everything about that movie.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like that movie. I don't like the way.
What about Michael Shannon? You don't like him? I mean, he's probably one of the best performances for a bad guy, like at least in the modern stuff.
No, I don't fucking. I don't even remember anything about him in that movie. I mean, I like him as an actor.
Wow.
He just doesn't. He doesn't need to be in that movie.
He yells a lot. I will find him.
Yells a lot.
Yeah.
Man of Steel, I fucking hated. When his dad is like, Clark, I know you could save me
God,
from this tornado, but
don't
you
do
That
it.
is fucking terrible. Yeah, I
talk to the hand, Clark.
Yeah,
Kevin Costner.
You don't watch me die, and it's going to help you somehow.
I saw that
teach you
movie
something.
in the theater, and I was just like, "This is the kind of shit that I fucking hate about superhero movies." It may have been one of the last superhero movies I saw in a theater that I was not like taking children to. I wanted to explode, and evaporate into the seat to never be seen again. Man, can you think of any other kind of like whatever you want to call like DC? They have fucked up so many DC movies. Like it's astounding the number of DC movies that they have like mangled. If you look at look at the Green Lantern and Catwoman and fucking all the Superman movies, like so many examples of the Suicide Squad, fucking. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. I don't know why they can't get that right in the majority of those movies, but they just really don't seem to be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Flash.
I will say, Rambo, you said he was the worst Luther Eisenberg. He was pretty damn bad. I will agree, but man, Nicholas Hoult was fucking terrible in that new bat.
I thought it was okay.
Playing with pencils and crying like a bitch. Like, to me, that's not the fucking character. Like,
playing with pencils and crying like a bitch.
That's what he does.
That's a great examination of that character.
I hated it so much.
I didn't mind that movie that much. I mean, like, I didn't love it, but I didn't have the same reaction I had when I saw like Man of Steel. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I probably would watch over Man of Steel. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so there's that. Somebody throw out, because I've done all these. Throw out a franchise or a movie in particular you think killed one.
Oh, we got a super chat, and that actually has a franchise.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Like this. Which thing will kill the Police Academy series? That's that's a pretty long running franchise, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 7 Mission to Moscow when you barely get anybody to return. It was 4 of the originals because everybody else they wouldn't pay or said no.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that I've seen the least.
Mission to Moscow.
Yeah, so that'd probably be it.
Yeah, they're coming out almost every year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be my pick as well.
So, do you remember Mission to Moscow, Mark?
I'll never fucking rewatch it. No pieces, but I'll never. Rewatch
Commentary.
Commentary. That'd be killer. Fuck. That's what we're doing next week. Mission to Moscow.
Oh my god.
All right. So yeah.
So yeah, I would say Mission to Moscow would be the answer. I guess I'll throw out that killed it very early. And when Mark mentioned this topic, the one I thought it was Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
You never needed sequels to Speed anyway. It's a great movie. But if you were going to make it a franchise, Speed 2 was not the way to do it. Because a boat, a cruise ship, doesn't really elicit the idea of speed. It may technically be going fast, sure, but it doesn't.
It looks like it's going like 3 miles an hour, so it really is.
Yeah, it's just the bad choice. And it has some decent action set pieces, but Jason Patrick is awful.
He is.
Willem Dafoe is really over the top.
Bullock doesn't even want to be there.
No, she didn't.
Absolutely just did not want to be in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from the same director. It was a big flop. Yes, Keanu Reeves was right. He was right for turning it down. It was a terrible script. It was not the way to go. If you had to do something with that. So I mean, I don't know what your thoughts on Speed 2.
Didn't need a sequel.
No, and I've seen that movie approximately one time, and I will never see it again. Like, there's no need to see it again. Everything about it was an awful idea. You're right.
Yeah.
What's another movie where like the next movie killed it? That could have been like a huge franchise. There's got to be something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got one. People probably won't agree. It'd be another controversial one. So we hit some of the other franchises, at least horror-wise, that are some of the more popular ones. So we got to go Texas Chainsaw. I'm going to say TCM 2.
Oh fuck.
I know everybody likes it. I get
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But that kind of turn towards comedy, I know everybody always says this. You can't do the same thing. You can't, it's not going to be the first one again. What did you expect? I expect them to not make another fucking sequel to a movie that didn't need a sequel. That's what I expect. And TCM2 was the beginning of the end. Every sequel after, it's not even, they're all inferior films. Let's just be honest. I know some people like 3. I see it in the chat. Somebody likes
Second's
the third
fun
one.
though. First one I saw, it's a good movie.
Well, again, it's not about if it's good or bad. At least my takes on franchise killers.
Yeah, that's
so,
true. I did say that.
like I've said before, there are parts of TCM2 that I like, but as a whole, I can't. Like it turned this gritty exploitation-esque thing that was just completely in a class of its own into something that it never should have been. And I can't find it in me for any of the sequels to really say, like, yeah, this should have been made because it stands right up there with the original.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get that.
I mean, I don't think there ever should have been a sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre anyway. It's just one of those movies where, like you were saying, like it just doesn't. It's not a franchise, and that's been made clear by the fact that like every movie after that has been dog shit. So what they did was the second one was a comedy because Hooper wanted it to be that way. The third one is trying to go back and do the first one, but it cannot do that in any way. The fourth one is, I don't know what the fuck happened with the fourth one other than like,
I would have chosen the fourth one as the killer.
And then from that point, everything else after that is just dog shit. Anyway, you go into the Andrew Bernarski era and stuff like fuck.
Remake was good.
Shit, don't sit there with straight face.
I like the 2003 remake.
No,
it's not that bad.
No, you don't.
It's not that bad. The 2003 remake is not that bad.
There was a time where I might have actually agreed with you when I was much younger.
Biel I like, has a good camera work, has a good intensity to it.
All right. So anyway, we fucking.
If you just say Dracula 3D is not that bad, I just say 2003 TCM is not that bad. It's not that bad.
You can say it.
Saw it in the theater. I liked the film. To me, it's the third best after the first two, easily. The only 3 good ones to me. The third one's it's serviceable, but 1, 2, and the remake to me are the only truly good ones.
Anyhow.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the remake again maybe sometime in the last 6 months. No, I mean like more recently.
So did I.
Oh, you did? Okay. I thought it was completely. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Like if you one of the things that I thought was kind of weird, considering that it is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, was kind of like the lack of like there's not really any blood or gore. And if you can't, but I was gonna hear me out. You're not going to recreate the atmosphere of the original film. That's just not possible. You're not even going to get anywhere near what that movie looks like in terms of...
that's tough to do.
Exactly. It's impossible to do. So at least you could give me a little bit of really cool effects. I'm not saying you got to make your death scenes a fucking art project or anything. It's so minimal. It might as well be PG-13.
Yeah, the girl gets shot through the fucking head and the camera goes right through her damn head.
Okay. You got a guy running around with a chainsaw and there's like
he's cutting
nothing
people more than the first movie. He's cutting limbs off and shit, legs off and shit. What are you talking about? I've seen the movie.
That it just felt like a PG-13 movie.
It did not. Come on. Now I know you're pushing it. It did not feel like a PG.
The narrative and the characters in that movie are so fucking stupid. And
like in the first movie, they're stupid too.
Not to
Like
the same
Franklin.
degree. I don't want to go into the plot.
Franklin, really?
but-
Franklin.
Again, one
Franklin.
character versus all it's not the same.
What's that?
I can't get into it
Characters in
because
the first movie ain't
we're going to
that
be
worth
on here
shit
another
either.
hour talking about the TCM remake, and I think we already spent too much time on it. But
Like the characters in the first movie are that great either. Come on.
I'm not saying they're geniuses, but they're not anywhere near as dumb as the characters in the remake. And if anything, why would you make the characters as dumb as the
I gotta
original?
keep
then?
doing it. Yeah. Okay, I'll let it go.
Like-
I'll let it go.
No,
before
I
you
mean that's a
even
serious question though. Why
blows
would
the
you want to
brains
make
out.
the
I'm not sure
characters
on
as
camera.
bad?
I like the movies, not that bad.
Well, I got
My job here is done. I've completed my goal to take over Dead Pit. I don't think it's that bad of a movie. I don't get it.
fuck that movie, Rambo. God.
Fuck Dragon with 3D then. All his 3D holes.
3DOs. All right. So, in a serious note, though, that movie sucks. But also on the second serious note,
Better the Predator Badlands.
oh, you motherfucker! Don't you dare
Okay,
bring
I'll
up
let
Predator
it go.
Badlands.
All right.
So I did think of one before the show that I just occurred to me is like a second movie in that absolutely killed the franchise completely dead. And a lot of people probably might not even think about this movie, but Son of the Mask.
That did, yeah.
I mean, that could have been a franchise 100%, except for the fact that the second movie was probably one of the worst fucking movies ever made. Poor old Jamie Kennedy. It also kind of killed his career too. Any like aspiration that he had at that point as well.
It's definitely a distinct blemish on his career, that's for sure.
I mean, I get you think about all those people that came off of Scream, like not a lot of them had great careers, really. Skeet Ulrich, old Skeeter. I mean, I guess theoretically speaking, they all have great careers now because they're charging fucking $100 at conventions. But talking about movie careers, yeah, Son of the Mask is just dog shit.
Yeah, they did not understand the source material at all. I think Chuck Russell had a good idea for making it more in the comedic realm. While I wouldn't have mind them sticking to the dark material, it actually, I think, works the way he did it. I mean, he did the same thing with Nightmare 3, looked for more of like a more broad, appealing approach to the material. Like that first movie works, and Carrie takes it really far, and there's very few people that can kind of go to that place. And with the second movie, they completely just, it's a bunch of mishmash of just random fucking ideas, and it doesn't have any distinct, real clear vision for what it wants to be. It's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And not, oh God, the CGI. Oh my God. Some of the worst ever. Yeah, it's bad all around. All the performances are bad. It's non-existent direction from the director. It's awful. So yeah, that without a doubt, that's a franchise killer for sure.
And I don't really remember a lot about that film other than what you just said, which is the CG was fucking one of the biggest problems. And you can go online on YouTube and just look at like some of the highlights or lowlights of the film, like the CG kind of, it's just so bad, man. They didn't have a budget. They didn't have really any way to make it even halfway decent. But what else? What do you think? Any other franchises? Huh, that's a good one. I would have never even thought about that one. Caleb.
Which one?
The Final Destination franchise. Unfortunately, I don't think it's ever died, has it? It's still fucking going pretty strong. they've never deviated from the formula of the movie either. It's always been exactly the same.
Yeah. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
And it definitely falls in the territory more so of diminishing returns. So I don't know. That's kind of an outlier, I think.
Yeah.
That franchise.
Well,
somebody
brought this up, so this
Yeah.
has been a real popular one the entire show too. And I think this will be interesting
Oh,
to see what y'all think.
I'd say Bride.
See, I fucking love that movie. I think if anything that reinvigorated the fucking franchise.
I'm guessing Rambo is in agreement. Is it Bride or is it part 3?
if the first time it died, although I liked the film, was Child's Play 3.
That's what I was going to say, honestly.
And again, I liked the film, but it did die because nobody really liked it. You had that case, which you found out the movie had really nothing to do with it, but the little kids and the one kid getting killed. Yeah, that controversy. And then they had to reboot it or change it up with Bride of Chucky.
See, I think this one may have died twice. Because I think that you're right. I think part 3 was kind of universally not received well when it came out. And then it kind of killed it for a long time until Bride came, and Bride was pretty popular, kind of restarted it. And then Seed fucking killed it again. And then it didn't come back again until what? Like Curse?
Yeah.
It was Curse and Cult.
Yeah. Which would have been like how many years? Like, so Seed was it like 15 years or something? Until it came back out again?
Was 2005.
Right.
So
Curse was 2013, I think.
So 2005 to 2013.
Okay. Curse came out in 2013. Really?
I think so.
Sounds about right.
That's wild. I thought it was a lot later than that. Anyway, well, it comes back, and I don't know how you feel about those Curse cult movies or whatever, but it's kind of died a couple of times, I think, and been brought back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I look at the third movie, and you guys may be right about it in terms of financial aspects. Maybe it killed it, but I just look at the film, and regardless of the military camp or is it military school, whatever the hell the setting is in the third film, it's still in a formulaic fashion the exact same as the other two movies. So
I mean, I like the film. It just
I mean, and I don't outright hate Bride, but the reason why I say Bride is because it's another one of those movies that opens the door to it being, I mean, say what you want about the third one. There's no fucking shadows of dolls fucking. You know what I mean? Like when you get to that, you see what I'm saying? Like it just, oh my God.
It became much more campy.
Yeah. And once you involve more of Don Mancini than just the aspect of him like writing something and sort of sitting on the outskirts, and like then he's on the set and he's like, oh, what about this? No Don Mancini, and I think you're better off. Like,
well, I think he's really right on C, which that's the first he directed.
Yeah. But I know he was more involved in the production of Bride than 3. I think he even admitted that the third film, like he had to rush and write it because the studio wanted a sequel right after 2. But
for me personally, it died with Bride of Chucky. Yeah, but
so one thing I've learned tonight is Mark really fucking hates comedy in his horror films. He does not want that whatsoever.
No, I think comedy and horror films can work. There's a balance to everything, and Bride, like I said, I don't outright hate it, but it's the beginning of the end.
Before we leave, I wanted Uncle Bill's thoughts because I know you really liked this film, but it was considered a franchise killer. Hellraiser 4.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got to Hellraiser because I was sitting there thinking to myself, I will fucking just lose my goddamn mind once we start talking about that. Because I know that most people would say that Hellraiser 4 killed that series. And much as it pains me to say it, they're probably right. In terms of like, it took it in a completely different direction. Well, 3 is just basically the same. It doesn't really change a lot about how the film is made. It just puts like Pinhead in a different like kind of situation and shit. But like the movie.
Do you remember the third act though? Like where the guy's got the fucking CDs in his head.
Yeah, it's like the DJ and he's throwing.
One guy's like
the
cocktail shaker or whatever, and he's blowing fire out his mouth.
Granted, but it's still staying to the basic idea. Like they're just different looking Cenobites and shit than like we're in the.
Well, 4 first off, they never went theatrical again after 4. They all went straight to video after that, and 4, just the idea that people will just go, "That's the one in space."
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there's more to it because of the backstory, and 4 has grown on me because there's more of a story mythos, and that's interesting. But it's always going to be looked at as the one in space because that's how it's marketed. It's the beginning and ending of the movie.
Oddly enough, though, the space part is like not even the real part of the fucking movie.
Yeah, it's barely in
it's
space.
Just like the bookends, really.
I mean.
But that's where all the marketing was, even the poster.
Yeah, and that's where they fucked up probably more so than anything. Other than they changed so much about what everybody knew about the Hellraiser franchise by that point that it just threw people off too much. I think people were just not prepared to go in and they just wanted to see a Pinhead movie. So
not prepared to go into space.
No, well, they weren't prepared for all that other shit either with the Victorian era and Angelique and all that stuff.
So for you personally, since you liked 4, would you say 5 or was where it died for you, or 6 or whatever the hell for you personally?
Jesus Christ, it's weird because I like certain aspects of a lot of those movies, and I'm really in the minority of this. So I think the only one that like I absolutely cannot stand is Hellworld.
Which one is that?
That's the video game. Yeah,
that's got Henry Cavill in that
one.
Yeah,
Lance Henriksen.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that a little bit.
So Inferno, people always talk about Inferno, but Inferno is kind of like, I don't think it was meant to be a Hellraiser movie. I think it was just
like Jacob's Ladder,
completely different movie. And they just put Hellraiser in it, or sorry, Pinhead in it. But like, and he's just in it and like flashbacks and weird shit like throughout it anyway. I actually like that movie though. Just even though it's not a Hellraiser movie, I like it just as a standalone movie. So yeah, I mean, the ones that people universally despise, I kind of fucking like. But I mean, if we're being honest, the one that killed it was Bloodline. That's the one that really fucking, to me, wiped it off the map. Let's do one more.
Okay. What about Mark? You choose one.
Maybe Exorcist. See, somebody just mentioned that one.
God. That's an interesting choice, though, man. Because 2 should have killed it. But it did not, because 3 was what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
So
I think it's one of the saving graces of the franchise.
Yeah.
Everything after that has been abysmal, but 2 is pretty fucking terrible as well. But I know what you're trying to say. It almost, you could say it died twice, like how you said Chucky, that franchise died twice.
Yeah. I mean, to me, what really fucked up The Exorcist was those two prequel movies made back
The
to
beginning
back.
and
Yeah,
Dominion.
Dominion. Yeah. That was supposed to be, this big return tour de force, like, bringing it back and making it relevant again. And those movies are fucking some of the most boring, pretentious, just
Yeah.
awful movies you'll ever see. And then from that point, what do we go? Where does it go from there? Like, does it just go into Believer? Is that the next Exorcist movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck. I mean, like, that's 3 movies in a row that can blow me. Like, I don't even.
And then Believer killed the potential trilogy that was going to have. And
Right. Well,
There you
we're
go.
getting Flanagan one. Even with him at the helm of that, like, I still have no faith in that succeeding or even being good.
I don't either.
We got the point already. Like, just stop. Don't do anything else.
Well, it's like when I see that shit about, Flanagan's, even the Carrie movie, I'm just like, I don't have any hope that that's going to be worth shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a TV show, which is
Yeah.
even crazier.
Yeah, that's right. So I definitely don't have any hope for any kind of extra shit at all. So 2, though, is not even enjoyable to me on a sarcastic, ironic level. I think that movie is just fucking awful.
abysmal.
Just the shit that happens in that movie, you just sitting there like, what? Linda Blair acts like she just fucking walked on set, has no idea what she's doing there, just spouting out lines. And so does Fletcher too, Louise Fletcher. Like, she literally looks like somebody just fed her lines like right before they start the scene. And then you got the stuff with James Earl Jones and the locusts and fucking all that nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just an awful movie, man. And so then you go from that to 3, and 3 is like, I've said this before, like I could watch George Scott like fucking read a phone book and be entertained by it for some reason. Like, he's just that kind of actor. But it's a really good story. It's got really good performances, like, from everybody, and it's genuinely scary. And then they did the fucking Star Wars prequel trick on it, man. They made a big, bloated, overhyped bunch of bullshit that is all substance and all style and no substance, and just fucking sits there and exists.
Yep. Would agree.
So yeah. All right, we'll continue this another day. We're like 2 hours and 20 minutes into this son of a bitch as it is. So
Yeah, we
thanks
still
to
have a lot of choices.
yeah, there's a lot. I didn't think it would take this long really to discuss it, but there's a lot of these that we still haven't even talked about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got to talk about Blade Trinity.
that's a really good pick, actually. But yeah, we should probably just continue this next week. Is there something coming up next week? What the fuck is next week? Oh, next week is Good Friday Night Lives. So about that. So.
Well, we'd have to push it back another week. We already got something for April 10th, which is the Friday after next. You remember what that is?
The Ice Cube movie.
That's a good one. No. April 10th, we're going to do Faces of Death, the discussion, because the new movie comes out April 10th.
Oh, God, help us all.
Oh, yeah.
Rambo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the fucking clips from that movie.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. But anyway,
That'll be a
so
fun show.
so then we know the shows we're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks for sure. All right. So, Rambo, what do you got going on?
Thanks to people out there, much more requests to put up, including the Iron Eagle franchise. So all 4 of the films. Love the first one. The others not so much. Especially the second and fourth ones. Really awful. But the first one I still like. Then Happy Gilmore 2. I did watch that. Recorded. I did not know, but it became an hour-long rant. So that'll be up soon. Other reviews, My Best Friend is a Vampire. The Death of Snow White. TNA Bound for Glory 2009. Which I didn't watch much TNA back then, but that was actually a fun to see. AJ Styles versus Sting and some of the other matches. That was actually fun. Because I don't watch this stuff nowadays, but that actually wasn't too bad. They're all on YouTube for free, so that was cool. And I know sometime soon, me and Mark will be doing a commentary on Until Dawn, which I never saw the film, but Mark has. So that was a request. So it'll be a first-time reaction from me. And then Mark, the requesters wanted Mark to join me, so
yep.
I don't know when we'll be doing that.
This
Look, motherfucker. Here's the thing I want to know. Why is it always requesting you and Mark? I ain't never in these goddamn requests. I'm getting tired of this fucking shit. I run a whole fucking show. We're all on this show. I never get requested to do a commentary, and it's starting to hurt my goddamn feelings a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So let's get on
I've asked
that.
it before, and I'm like, this guy's busy. You got 85 things.
You could join us if you want.
No, I'm not. Don't you try to pity get me on these fucking things. Somebody's gonna have to request it. Fuck them.
No, because I'm thinking, I really doubt Uncle Bill's going to give a flying shit about watching Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to save him I'm going to give some pity and save him, the time to watch Until Dawn with us. I loved it.
I tell you, listen, I told you the movie we all need to do a commentary on.
Not Hot to Trot.
No, I mean, I would love to do that. Don't get me wrong, but
What
no.
movie?
This one is like one that I feel like from start to finish, I know we all three like it. From start to finish, like it would be really good. Bloodsport.
Absolutely.
That's the one I think we should do a commentary on.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I always figure you're really, really busy, so I feel like I don't want to bother. Because I'm like, you got like all these shows going on. You got Dead Pit going on. Dead Pit's a banging, man. It's getting bid time. Been too big for us.
We're pissing everybody off on a regular basis.
You becoming the man of the hour, you and Wes, or you and CK? Just my word, being March is small fry nowadays.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But Eddie, yeah, I love to do commentaries with all 3 of us.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking, I wonder if Uncle Bill's going to give a fuck about doing it Until Dawn. I'm like, nah, he's probably going to be like, I'll take a pass. I'm assuming. Unless you want to. Do you want to join us for Until Dawn?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, okay, well, I assumed. I figured, so. But Bloodsport, put on paper. We'll do that sometime.
Yeah, Bloodsport's
Do it in April.
We all love it,
sometime.
So yeah.
There you go, Bloodsport in April. How about that?
That's right.
That'll be the next whatever commentary we do. Bloodsport.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, off that though. Mark, what the fuck's going on?
You just heard it. We're going to be doing Until Dawn. That's going to be the next thing up on the channel. Until Dawn commentary this weekend.
Well, it's been a fun show. We'll continue this next week. And until then, just always remember, that everybody dies, but Friday Night lives. Peace.
A big thanks goes out to our supporters over at deadpitonpatreon.com. You can get hours upon hours of great content, right, Uncle Bill?
There's so many hours of content. We've got reviews. We've got songs. We've got live streams. We've got exclusive streams. We've got non-exclusive streams. We've got streams with all kinds of celebrities and all kinds of different old shows from the past podcast, the initial incarnation of the show. All of that can be yours.
deadpitonpatreon.com. Show us a little bit of love. Give us some money because we definitely deserve it. That Patreon page is so killer that you'll rub your bird to it on a nightly basis. It's that good.
You won't be able to contain yourself. You'll have to jerk your bird out and go crazy. I mean, that's how much content that we have. So much content that it's massive, and it will massively smack you in the face.
You'll play with your bird so much, pretty soon you'll be looking around for somebody else's bird to play.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Filipino bitch, Miss Slatko Fudd, telling you about shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. And it's the best goddamn deal on horror shirts you will ever see. New shirts, old shirts, all the in-between shirts. God damn it, bulls, go over to shop.deadpit.com. You ain't down with that. You can go to fucking hell.